Hi everyone, Satnam, how you doing? um, I am making this live stream just to share a few things that are wanting to be shared through me with anyone who wants to listen, hear, see, watch. So the first thing is that I know that there's so much stuff going on at the moment that is totally new, that is unexpected, that is change, that is possibly frightening, that is possibly creating fear and anxiety and worry. And what I really want to say is that in my deepest heart, knowing all is well, what I'm experiencing when I meditate and am in stillness, and I meditate every morning and then other times during the day as well, sometimes, but during the morning always, there is, in my experience, so much love available to all of us at the moment, and all that's required to tap into that love is to sit in stillness and open yourself to receive it. There's nothing complicated. You don't need an intermediary. You don't need to be somebody special. I'm no different to anybody else. I'm not special or different to anyone else. But my experience is that we are being flooded with love and light at this time, and that is my primary experience most of the time, is connecting to that experience of a deep love, a deep trust in the benevolence of the universe and the perfection of this moment and everything that is happening. And that is enough for me to really rest back into without really needing to think too much beyond that felt sense, knowing that all is well. And just wanted to share that for anyone who is not experiencing that, to kind of, maybe it will help to hear that, maybe it will help to know that that's accessible. This is not in any way to diminish your experience if that is not your current experience, not in the slightest, but it's just to let you know that there is so much infinite love and light available at all times. And I know I was talking to a friend earlier today and I was kind of giggling. You know, I like to bring humour into all situations, even the ones that seem the most terrible, actually, and there are some terrible and really difficult things to this situation. But it's like, I made a post when all of this first came out about how excited and happy I am, and a few people took offence to that, and I get that. I get that it could come across as me being very insensitive to suffering and challenge and hardship. I totally understand that that's how it could be perceived, and yet from my perspective it's possible to hold both perspectives together, as in I can totally zero in on those situations in my life and in the life of other people where the suffering, the challenge, the difficulty, the hardship, the fear is very real. My sister's a nurse on the front line. She's dealing with COVID patients. I know, she's told me directly what the briefing the NHS have been given, so I know those facts. My mum is at risk. She doesn't have enough carers, so I have those real life concerns in my life too, so I get it. And at the same time, I think it's perfectly possible to know that, to feel that, to hold that in parallel with a truth, not a truth, but a trust, a knowing, a peace, a love, a joy, equally. So one doesn't have to cancel the other out. Just because I know somebody is in difficulty and I can feel their pain and I can empathize with their pain does not mean that I cannot also simultaneously feel the joy that the planet is awakening, which is how I'm experiencing this. That I cannot also know that this is part of a greater process that is having to happen, that is beyond the personal. So it's like holding those two apparent paradoxes together, without one needing to cancel the other out. So it's perfectly possible to feel joy and excitement alongside compassion for any emotion and any difficulty, and there need not be any judgment of one or the other. This was actually one of the very first things that I learned in my near technique training, actually, the joy of movement, where we learned that joy can sit alongside any other experience in life. And I suppose I do have the benefit of many years' practice of meditation and embodied awareness that supports me in that. So that's what's helping me to stay in that place. And then finally, of course, we can look at this from so many angles, and there are so many perspectives and stories coming out at the moment. And two things I want to say about that. One is, I feel so strongly that this is absolutely the time where we have to discern our own truth. So many people are coming out with conspiracy theories and this and that, and it's like, right, if that floats your boat and it resonates as true in your body, go with that and let that be your guide. But ultimately, at this time, it's about us all stepping into our sovereign power and really having to discern truth from what is not truth. And that can only happen on an individual case-by-case basis. So it's not for me to tell you what to believe, or anyone else. It's really, the most I do in my role is support others to learn how to access their truth, actually. That's one of the things that I help people with, is because we've been so conditioned not to listen to the messages of our body and the messages of our soul and our heart. And this time, as I see it, is a time of great shift where we are being made to listen. Our survival depends on it. So that's what excites me, even as I know it's a challenge. And yes, the final part of unexpected blessings. Again, this came from a phone conversation with a friend today. And one of the unexpected blessings of this situation for me is that my son, who left home last year to go to university, is home and living with me again, and that makes my heart so happy. And he's happy too. And you know, he went there to take a running scholarship, and yet he has an injury at the moment, so it's perfect because he gets to rest and recover. So you know, I believe also in every situation that seems like it's blocking us from something, actually there's a gift, well, more than one gift in it. So taking the perspective of what's the unexpected gift in this can be really helpful. Like, I'm seeing so many unexpected blessings. My son is home, my daughter is home. I love having their presence. I'm so blessed. I have connected with neighbours that I have lived in the same road with, and I've never spoken to them. And today I spoke with a neighbour that, you know, I've lived on the same road for 4 years, and she organised fruit boxes from a wholesale fruit and vegetable sellers for the whole road. And so I got to meet her today and say thank you. Like, how amazing is that? And now I'm going to share my fruit and veg box with my ex and his wife or his partner and their child. So we're all connecting. This is beautiful. I've been walking in the sunshine today and making eye contact with almost every person and saying hello. That didn't happen before in the parks of London. This is beautiful. Hearts are softening, hearts are opening. So all these unexpected gifts. And finally, just one thing. I know this wasn't part of the heading, but I know that I think it's at 8 o'clock tonight. We're invited to go and make noise and give applause and say thank you to all the NHS workers who are doing such a great job on the front line. So You know, I know my sister and my friend Mel and some other people I know are on the front line. It's intense. It's bloody intense. And you are amazing. And I bow to you. I thank you. I thank everyone who is helping to keep us going at this time. You're amazing. Thank you. So much love and many blessings to everyone. And Sat Nam.